Hello again, everyone. Um, Today, well, I guess it's the same day. I don't know. Okay, let's start over. Hi guys. In this video, I'm going to be showing you what I read in the month of May, which is actually quite a bit, because I've been in this extremely huge book kick lately, and I don't know how I did it, but I managed to read 14 books, and I will probably be reading 15 by the end of today. I will have definitely read 15 because I have like less than 100 pages left. But anyways, I will show you what I have read so far in order during the month. So the first book that I read this month, Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens, which I gave a 1-star rating because honestly I didn't understand half of the plot. I don't know if it was just because I didn't have the patience to dissect it or anything, but I don't know. I just didn't understand it, which is kind of disappointing. But this also has like little silver foiling and a ribbon, which I tucked away, but it's there. This is like a historical novel as well as it's a historical novel as well as a classic. It's based around the French Revolution. Second book that I read this month is Divergent by Veronica Roth. And yes, I have read this before. This is a reread in time for Insurgent, which was also amazing. These books are probably like my favorite read of the month. I gave them both 5 stars, obviously. And amazingly enough, this was just as good the second time around, which I was very happy with, which means even proves even further how awesome this book is. And Insurgent was just as amazing, an awesome follow-up, which I was so happy about because I was afraid that it was going to disappoint or something, because often the first book is great and the second one sucks, or I don't know, something like that happens, goes wrong. And then the fourth and then the fourth book that I read, oops, and and then the fourth book that I read this month is, well, it's actually not a book, it's a manga, but I read Sailor Moon 5, which I loved as a kid. And it has some pretty cool pictures in it. And it just finished the whole line where Chibiusa turns evil, as you can see here. She turns evil. Oh no, how could you? That's the evil Chibiusa. I forget what she's called. I think it's like, oh, Black Lady. That's what she's called. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait for the next one. And then we have Red Riding Hood, which I got from Value Village a while ago, and I finally just got around to reading. It was kind of choppy, so I just gave it like I gave it a 3 out of 5 rating, because if I hadn't read the movie, I probably wouldn't, or read the movie, if I hadn't watched the movie, I probably wouldn't have understood what was going on in this book, but watching the movie helped. And the last chapter was online, which I thought was really weird, but it was still a pretty good book. Yeah, it was still a pretty good book overall, which is, I liked reading it, which is why I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. And then this one I gave 5 out of 5 stars, 40 Things I Want to Tell You by Alice Clippers, which was awesome. It's so cool. They have like a top tip list of 40 things, and let's see, what's the first one in there? Here's the first one. Right there. You never know what's coming next. Embrace the unexpected, which is actually a pretty good tip, if you ask me. So yeah, that one got a 5 out of 5 because it was an awesome story. I can't really say much. It's pretty much just about this girl who wants to be perfect and her life seems perfect, but then family issues happen and boyfriend issues happen, and it's really good. It's a really good coming of age novel. And then next I read The Iron King and Iron Queen by Julie Kagawa. I have read these already. These are also a reread this month in preparation for Iron King. I only gave these a 3 out of 5 star rating the second time around because Megan actually really annoyed me in these books the second time around. I felt like she couldn't do anything. I understand that like it was the first time there and then she had her powers sealed, but I don't know. It bothered me how extremely, not necessarily useless, but just like, well, pretty much just how she couldn't do anything. And then the next two was obviously the Iron Queen, which I gave a 5 out of 5 star rating. The ending made me cry. Oh, so sweet. And the second time around, it's so cute. It's just awesome. And then the next book is The Iron Knight, which I also gave a 5 out of 5 star rating for. And the ending of this one made me cry a lot more than that one. But I was actually really happy with this book because I thought we'd just be getting a point of view from Prince Ash, a point of view that sounded like Megan, but we were just following Ash around instead. But it didn't happen that way, which I was very proud for Kagawa for. So, yeah, 5 out of 5. Good job. The next two books are Switched and Torn by Amanda Hocking. I don't know, the emotions shared between characters in these books, I didn't feel like it was real, I guess. Like, you could see the commitment and everything, but it didn't feel like there was much behind them. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I knew that they would guard each other with their lives, but just, I don't know, I guess it just didn't feel real for me. So both of these got a 3 out of 5 stars. I did like reading them. They were short and easy read, and they were a lot of fun, but nothing that I absolutely loved. And the next book that I read is Rules of Chemistry by Simone Alcaraz, which is about it's a sequel to Perfect Chemistry, and it's about Alex's little brother Carlos. And I really like this book too. I only gave it a 4 out of 5 star rating though, because while it was good, but it didn't really make me cry. Like, it made me pout a few times, like, oh, they're so sweet, but it wasn't nearly as good as her first book, I thought, but it was still pretty intense, and I still did like it. So 4 out of 5 stars. And the next book that I finished reading was Eyes Like Stars, which I picked up off of the discount table at Costco. And this one I gave 2 out of 5 stars because, I don't know, my book smells funny. That doesn't have to do with my reading, but it smells funny. I was kind of confused about this book until about the 200-page mark, which I think is a bit too far in, really, to justify it. And I also felt like I was missing out on a lot of theater references throughout the book, and the theater terms kind of threw me off too, and it wasn't bad. I mean, I didn't like it, but I did. It was okay. It was just okay. Yeah, that sounds good. 2 out of 5 stars. And hang on. Ugh. This is what I'm reading right now. Ascend by Amanda Hocking. I would have read all 3 of them at once, but I was kind of getting tired of the story by the end of the second one, so I quit there and I took a break with those 2 books, and then I came back to it, and this one's actually a lot more intense than the other 2. I'm liking this one a lot more. But as you can see, this is what I'm currently reading, and I'm about this far into it. And I have like less than 100 pages left, and then there's a little short story at the end. But, so I'll definitely be finishing this one today. You can count on that. So that'll make it 15 for this month, which I'm very proud of and slightly concerned about, because I don't know if that means I had no life this month or something. But I did do stuff this month. But, anyways, Yeah, so you can actually check out reviews for all of these books on my blog, my book blog, which is eyesonthepages.blogspot.ca. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day and happy reading. See ya.